Why adult friendships feel so hard.
Because they are.
After 3 decades of friendship, we understand that sometimes adult friendships feel hard, but they don't have to be. So we're going to talk through that today.
So the first one we want to talk about are the expectations of life. The busyness of life as an adult, obviously. Marriage, kids, jobs, family expectations, extended family expectations, keeping up your household, pets. There are so many things that go on in your adult life, especially as women, let's be clear, where we tend to take on a lot of roles that keep us busy. But also, studies show that women who have good friends are happier, healthier people. So if that's the case, and we have all these things going on, you have to decide, okay, where am I going to make time for this person? And how important is it for me to do so?
And I think too that that's why it feels so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the reason it feels so hard to maintain an adult friendship.
Yep.
Because you have so many responsibilities and you do not want to subtract any of that attention from any other part of your life, right? So, but you also shouldn't subtract that attention from a worthwhile friendship.
Exactly. And you drift apart. But the idea is, as you do, how important is this friendship to you to be part of your priorities? And that's what we as women, and men too, obviously.
Yes.
But we as women have to look at, I need to prioritize my friendship because that's going to keep me happy. It's going to keep me myself and make me remember why we're such good friends. And that right there has taught us a lot in the last 30 years, especially because her job is extremely draining. My job is extremely draining, both emotionally and physically. But first of all, we talk about it a lot, but we really learned to make time for our friendship through these times of life and through these times of all the responsibilities that we have. And that is a big reason why we've come so far. Through drifting apart, coming back together, through drifting apart, coming back together. And I think that's normal, especially after 30 years. I mean, we went from, me not having kids, her having, a job and doing all kinds of stuff together to boom.
Barely talking on the phone. And, and again, and I know you already mentioned it, right? But this also goes for males.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of men out there that are taking on all of these responsibilities themselves as well.
Yes.
And, they deserve the same kind of support and friendship that women have. And
I think men too are definitely more involved with their kids. They're definitely more involved in lives as opposed to when maybe when we were growing up. Definitely.
Although my dad was very involved, but it was
my dad too.
Yeah. But that is one of the things why it feels so hard, right? Life. But
that's okay.
You don't have, it is okay. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to sacrifice any of that because maintaining a friendship during these hard times, it can simply be a phone call.
Yep.
It can be a text message. It can be a FaceTime. It can be a lunch if you can manage that. But that's all it has to be. So we understand that it does feel hard, and it could be a phone call once a month. As we've discussed previously, there's times we maybe talk once a month, if that. But we still maintain that friendship. Mm-hmm. And I think that it is hard.
And you know what isn't, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you go.
I was going to anyways. But I think now that we're at this stage of life, my kids are not gone. My kids have grown up.
Yeah.
And really, if you hang on to these friendships and realize when the time comes, you will be able to reconnect so wonderfully and again be such a big part of each other's lives as you were before you had all these responsibilities. Mm-hmm. And I think that's kind of where we're at right now.
It really is.
Definitely.
It's definitely where we're at right now.
And looking back, I cherish the fact that I kept this friendship going in times when I felt like I just didn't have time. Mm-hmm. And same for her. And I think that that once a month phone call, be as it may, was what did it.
That's right.
For the time period of whatever. maybe drifting apart, but that one phone call, okay, what's going on with you? What's going on with you? And now it's so much easier to text each other. How's it going? What have you been up to? That has made life easier for sure, with connecting with friends is a big one.
Yeah, no, that absolutely has made it easier, because when we first became friends, I mean, you could text, but it wasn't obviously what it is nowadays.
Right.
And I think that, because of all the responsibilities, it kind of leads into our second thought of emotional bandwidth. Everybody is, again, with all of the responsibilities, do you have the emotional bandwidth available to maintain a long-term friendship? If you feel like you don't, and you feel like your friendship is worth it,
Yep.
try to find that emotional bandwidth, because it's so worth it to have that good friend, that person you can count on, that you can talk to, that you can cry with, that you can laugh with, do all of those things with. And we understand it's hard. Everyday life, with everything everybody has going on, is hard sometimes. And then when you put other major life events on top of that, that's when people really are like, I just can't. I just don't have it. And your true friends, they'll understand that. They'll be like, I'll be here.
Right.
I'll be here when you're ready.
And I think we both understand, because my job is very emotionally draining, and she knows. But the fact is that when I call her after an emotionally draining after work, I instantly feel better.
Yeah. And right. I think too, it's so funny because she mentioned our jobs. Like currently, I'm unemployed. I got laid off like 5 months ago. And so we literally are talking twice a day now.
Right.
We very rarely ever talk twice a day, but because I'm not working,
so
I'm job hunting, she calls me on her way to work, and she calls me on her way home.
But what's so funny is we always have stuff to talk about, which again goes back to that green flag of conversation, as we talked about in another episode. But what's funny is she said, I said to her, I want you to use me as a reference for when you get a job, because I'm going to tell them what a horrible person you are, so that you don't get a job, so that I can continue to use you as a phone call on my way to work and on my way home from work. Because I really will miss that.
I know. Yeah. We will miss that. It's interesting. So we understand that not only the regular responsibilities of job, family, children and events and things like that, but that is also emotionally draining. But sometimes all it takes is a text message to keep that friendship alive.
And even now, through this friendship, that kind of a different layer of friendship we're in right now, with Lisa being unemployed, which she hasn't been since I've known her. So it's been very different.
I've never been unemployed.
Never. So sometimes if I don't hear from her, I'm like, are you okay? That's all I need to ask. Just tell me that you're okay. And that's just me reaching out. Maybe she's having a bad day. Maybe she's this, but she knows, like, I just don't feel like talking, and I'm okay with that, as long as you're okay. And so don't make it so hard. Reach out, do something. And that's what's going to make things last. And again, that's about, like we talked in another episode, about showing up for people. And adult friendships sometimes feel hard, because sometimes you feel like you can't show up the way you want to. And even in this day and age, just a text of, are you okay, is definitely showing up for somebody.
It is. It is. Again, because all of the things we discussed, everyone has so many responsibilities today. And that text might be all that person needs to say, hey, they showed up for me. Like, I will say, I've never been unemployed in my life. No. This is the first time I've ever been laid off. And I'm in month 5 now. Yeah. And Katie has stopped over numerous times just to check, because it is a very, I don't even have words to describe. Some of you, I'm sure, have been in the same boat, right? Laid off. I'm not in my 20s anymore.
Isolating.
It's definitely isolating. And so, but she's been there. She showed up. She's come to talk. She stopped by. Again, the 2-a-day phone calls. So, but again, that emotional bandwidth, and sometimes all it takes is a text, and it's worth it in the end if that's a friendship you want to maintain. So we understand that it's hard. So
we're talking about adult friendships feeling hard, and now we're talking about how we can make it easier.
Yes.
Which is what if you want to keep that friendship going, you have to be insightful. What can I do to make this easier? Kate, I know you're going through a lot right now, but I'll be here for you, you know, and I know that friendship is still strong. And that's what's important. So it doesn't have to be that hard. It doesn't have to feel that hard. It just depends on what you can do.
That's correct.
What
and
can
if
you
both
do?
of you are on the same page
Yep.
and you just send a text that says, hey, checking in on you.
Yep.
And that person might be like, wow, that's really what I needed. That's all I needed today. Right. So that's very important. They do feel hard, and they are hard, but there are some things you can do to make it easier. And I think our third one, just talking about, it kind of plays back into the other two. Time. Right?
Time is a big one.
Yeah. I mean, you might not have the time to go to lunch or spend a day with someone just because of all of the things we've already discussed. And that's okay. Because there's other ways to show that you're still invested, you still care, and you're still there for that person, and vice versa, that hopefully that person is still there for you.
Yep. And that's what the thing about texting. How long does it take you to shoot out one text?
Yeah.
Depends on how much you care about that friendship.
That's right.
That's all there is to it. We are busy, but you find time to do things that you want to do. You want to make that friendship easier, even though it's in a hard spot. Take that 2 seconds to send out a text. Doesn't have to be a half-hour phone call on my drive to work, but it is nice.
But it's a good option, though,
Yeah,
right?
It really is.
It's also a good option.
It is. What are you saying? You don't want me to call you?
No, I'm
She's saying I should text and drive.
No, absolutely not. What I am saying is that is another good option, right? I mean, we never want anybody to do any distracted driving. Let me be clear. But if you find that it's the only time of day that you have to maybe reach out to this friend, maybe make a quick phone call on your way to work in the morning, hands-free, of course.
Of course.
And just say, hey, just checking in on you.
Yep.
Wanted to say hi. I'm going to be busy for the next, 3 months.
Yep.
So I just wanted to make sure we reconnect for 5 minutes. How are you doing?
It's funny because I have a really good friend, and we literally, our relationship is all texting. It's all texting. We text every single day, and I can tell you everything there is about her. We rarely talk on the phone unless it's an emergency. And she's kind of like me. She's kind of a homebody. So we really don't get together that much. But seriously, I mean, texting has kept us friends for, 10 years, I think. Yeah. I mean, we have seen each other, obviously, but it does make a huge difference because she's busy, I'm busy, but we're texting what's going on with, your son, what's going on with this. And it's so easy now. It's actually easy to make adult friendships feel less hard.
That's correct. Yes.
I mean, one great thing about technology.
That is, it's much easier than it used to
Absolutely.
be. So we understand adult friendships, they are hard. They are hard, but they're worth it.
Worth it.
And it might not take as much effort as it feels like it would take, right? So sometimes it can just be that text. It can just be that phone call. It can just be saying, you know what? I am going to make the time to meet my friend for 2 hours or an hour even, just for a quick lunch or a quick, coffee or something like that. So it's worth it in the long run. And
make it a priority for yourself and for your friend.
Yes. Yeah. It's better for both of you.
Absolutely.
So let us know if there's ever that one time, like, how have you gotten through those times when everyone is so busy that you're having maybe a problem maintaining a certain friendship, and hopefully some of these things will help. Sometimes it doesn't take a lot. It just takes you showing that you care.
Exactly. 100%.
So, yeah.
Yep.
So thanks for joining us today.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. Come and check us out on the Friendship channel or the Friendship Formula channel. Drop a comment and we will see you later.
Bye.
Peace.